Welcome back, everybody, to part 2 of YGOU University. I am joined this week by
Alex,
Bryce,
and Miguel.
And obviously, I'm Kevin Knowles. If you do enjoy our content, please check us out at patreon.com/YGOU University. Now, for our second segment, Bryce actually brought this segment up, so I'm going to let you introduce it. Yeah, it was your idea.
All right. So I have an idea for a segment we're going to do every week. There's no particular name for it yet, but it's a deck building challenge where we either pick one card or like a theme or something along those lines, and we build decks around it separately. We don't collude with each other. We don't talk to each other about ideas. So that way when we come here, we have our decks, and then we can talk about it. We each have our own deck, and we can see whose we like better. We all have like our different ideas and stuff, and I think it's going to be fun and awesome. And then afterwards, you all can build your own decks or using the same concept, or we'll put out the ideas beforehand, and you can let us know which way you want to do it, and then we can all build fun decks together. I think it's a great idea.
And Michael this week didn't build one, but he's going to be our judge for this week because his favorite card is actually the card we're building around, which is
Light and Darkness Dragon.
Light and Darkness Dragon. So we all built a deck with Light and Darkness Dragon in it, and it was kind of the primary role.
Tell us about Light and Darkness
Dragon. Yeah, what does
Dragon.
Light and Darkness Dragon do?
Okay, well, first off, that card is sexy. That card is grade A meat. Okay, anyways. Sorry, it's a whole Game Grumps thing. No, yeah, it's a beautiful half light, half dark monster. It's a light monster, but it says when it's on the field it counts as a dark monster, which is like really neat. It's got a couple different printings. It's got like an expensive secret rare, an ultra rare, a super rare, a common.
Yeah, it's got a lot.
Yeah. But it says when a card's activated, it loses 500 attack and defense. And it negates,
Exactly right.
Yeah, loses exactly 500 attack and defense. And then it negates that card. It doesn't destroy, actually. And then when he's destroyed, it might even be when he's removed from the field with like recent text, but yeah.
I'm not sure.
I think it's, just when he's destroyed. He destroys all cards on your field, and then you get a reborn monster from your graveyard. And unfortunately,
and he can't be special summoned.
You can't pick Light and Darkness Dragon because he can't be special summoned. Because that card would be broke.
In what scenarios do you think he's the best? Or like, what makes Light and Darkness Dragon so good in your opinion?
That is a good question. That's bad. Okay. It's not really good right now.
You don't think so?
I think that Light and Darkness Dragon has its spots right now, like against Sky Striker.
Against Sky Striker.
Well, yeah, like against like a certain deck, but
yeah,
for sure.
It's crazy good, right?
But like you just lose against Dangers.
It's true.
He's just dead. He's a little weenie Hud Jr. He has
because
to lose.
He doesn't destroy.
He has to lose exactly 500 attack and defense. So
which after 2,800,
which means he
after
negates
4
negates.
negates.
Yeah, because he's 2,400 defense.
He's a little baby.
So he can only lose 2,000 defense.
He's a cute little baby dragon.
I think what makes him good is that it requires your opponent to play around a negate that they know is going to happen. They have to do it 4 times.
And it can go. Can it go multiple on a chain?
No, once per chain. Or else
because then it would just
itself.
negate itself over and over again.
And that's the drawback of the card. Is that once
besides it being a tribute monster, it can only negate once per chain. But it's also really good to pair up against or pair with other negation cards. So like, because usually what people try and do is like, do this thing to bait the lad, and then in the same chain link,
do a quick play or something.
Try and throw it in there, and then you can just say no. That's what its bread and butter was back, yonder, perfect circle, etc., whatever.
Okay, so which one of us want to reveal our deck list first?
I guess we can start with you.
Okay, so I just built Lad Monarchs. So it's like 3 Caius the Mega Monarch, 3 of each of the small ones, so Eos, some Majesty's Fiends, a Vanity's Fiend, then all of the Monarch cards because they say tribute summon things. And so it makes it really easy, like Domain, Pantheism, Return, the Search card, Stormforth.
Yep.
I even threw Monarch Erupt in there.
I don't know why. You crazy.
Because, so this is the reason behind it.
Your deck's invalid. You didn't say that you play Light and Darkness Dragon.
It does play Light and Darkness.
I know.
That was a given. 3 alert, 3 called by the grave. It's awesome. Rhoda. So then my game plan was always tribute summon a monster, domain them. They can't play. If it's Light and Darkness Dragon, sweet. If it's not Light and Darkness Dragon, then I just summon a tribute monster, flip Erupt, then next turn bring out Light and Darkness Dragon. Now I have Erupt out and Light and Darkness Dragon.
You're hella winning.
Hopefully. That's the game plan. And then if they get through the Light and Darkness Dragon, then I just get to bring out Edea, which then when she special summons Edios from the graveyard. So it sets up your Light and Darkness Dragon for the next turn too.
Yeah, Edios are broken cards.
Wow, and then your Light and Darkness Dragon, since it destroys your domain and your Monarch's Erupt, it sets up your Aether.
Yeah,
that's a neat combo.
that was a plan combo.
Want to know something that actually really sucks though?
What?
Sorry to interrupt, but when you attack with your lad and you have a domain out, your lad loses 500 attack and defense
Because it activates.
because it activates to pump
Is
your
it
lad.
mandatory?
I'm pretty sure the first tribute summon monster that battles gets pumped.
No.
So it's actually kind of sad.
It's a nombo.
But no, that's actually really cool. That like once your lad dies, it sets up like an Aether combo with
Light and Darkness Dragon.
Domain of the Monarchs.
Domain of the Monarchs. But yeah, and then
that's neat.
Thank you.
That's neat.
It was
I think
cool.
Because I mean, like, and it's gonna be hard for them to get around Monarch Erupt, Light and Darkness Dragon.
just that, or even just Majesty's Fiend or Vanity's Fiend, and then Caius, the Mega Monarch, is obviously he's like Caius. So when you summon him, you banish a card and they lose 1,000. But if it's a dark card, you banish all copies of that monster.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
You just banish all their Colossus.
Yeah,
Or you're
against Thunder
hit
Dragon,
their
you're just like,
snake, and you're like, you're not playing that danger the rest of the game, dude.
yep, banish all 3 of them. So it's really cool. And then if you tribute a dark monster, which Light and Darkness Dragon is a dark monster, if you tribute your own Light and Darkness Dragon after it's negated like 3 or 4 cards, you can bring out Caius the Mega Monarch, and then you get to banish 2 cards because it's a dark monster technically.
I think there's only one problem with your deck, that you're not playing Erebus. I think you should be playing at least one Erebus.
Erebus is a pretty good card.
Is that the?
He's
You
like a
the
turn
monarch
one monarch
that's-
because he can attack their hand
He shuffles non-targeting from the field.
or the hand randomly.
Yeah, field or hand. I think maybe even grave. And then you
Yeah, I think
send
it's
2
grave, too.
Monarch spell traps from your deck to your grave.
Oh, okay.
And then you can banish a Monarch Spell Trap from your grave to add them from grave to hand.
Or something like that.
I don't know. I
I
built
don't
it to like almost like a. I built it honestly as like a really stun deck, so I only wanted to play the cards that were like, stop.
No,
'Cause
I
that's how
get it,
Lad
but
is.
like when you summon an Aether, like because you're not playing Karaz. So when you summon your Aether, what are you doing with your Aether?
To bring out the 2400, 1000. See, that was the problem.
What?
Is I was trying to figure out what to summon with Aether.
I know that's what I'm saying. You should play an Erebus.
I
Okay.
think you should play Erebus, Kurez, and then maybe one Prime
And I think when I
Monarch.
built it, I forgot Majesty's Fiend says you can't special summon him.
yeah, that
Yeah, it'd be nuts.
I'm pretty sure 100%.
that card would be insane.
100% I forgot that's what it said, so I was like,
Because I mean, like from what I'm seeing from your list, you're summoning an Aether on your opponent's turn. Just summon a Caius the Mega Monarch. Right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm seeing here.
But you can Stormforth.
I mean, yeah, I guess you
You,
can.
you probably
okay.
should be playing Kurez, though.
Yeah, you should be playing at least one Karaz, and I think you should look at it into an Erebus.
oh, for sure.
But I like it. I like it.
then
I like the Monarch aspect.
My
of
side
decks.
deck, I'm playing triple Zaborg, the Mega Monarch.
Hell yeah.
Is that the one that blows up extra deck cards?
Yeah.
It sends extra deck cards.
You go in.
What a nerd.
Just super stunny. Let's go.
I was talking to Kevin about this deck. I was like, if you play 3 Zaborg, then you can also play 3 Extravagance, which if you don't know, it's the one that banishes cards from your extra deck to draw 2.
Oh yeah.
So you can just play a 6-card extra deck and hope that you draw one of the 6 to make your domain live.
Oh. Dang. Okay. Yeah, that's actually pretty neat.
but
Cool deck, Kevin.
so we were talking about putting the Zaborgs in the main deck, and instead of just playing Extravagance, I was just gonna play Trade-In because Lad is level 8, Caius the Mega Monarch's level 8,
Erebus is level 8, and you can get him back to your hand.
Zaborg is level 8. I was like, okay, cool. Like we'd play Trade-In. So that was another neat thing I haven't put in. I put 3 Allure in, but yeah, there's a lot of things you could do. So it's awesome. And you know what's even better? It's cheap because you have no extra deck. You don't have to build an extra deck. You don't have to.
Yeah.
You don't have to
Fuck
spend
the
money
extra
on
deck.
that.
Yeah,
Fuck
this
the
is
extra
something
deck.
I could throw together. For
Yeah,
sure.
anybody. This is all commons and cheap cards from a structure deck.
And Lad can just win you the game by
I think-
itself sometimes.
I think the most
For sure.
expensive card here is probably Imperial Order.
That's a common in the newest Astro Pack. It's
Oh,
like
really?
50
Yeah.
cents.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Got
The
me.
most expensive card
Is
is
Lad.
which is a common from Astro Pack.
I actually don't know. It might
I
be.
It's
think
either
the-
that or Common Garage.
I think probably the most
No, it might be Kuros.
expensive card is probably Caius the Mega Monarch.
Oh,
Oh, wait.
definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Sorry, folks. You're probably like scratching your heads like, what?
What are
Why?
these guys talking
Caius
about?
is in this deck list, guys. What are you talking about?
Definitely that card, or some of the side deck choices, but really it don't matter.
So am I doing like a scale rating
Sure.
here?
Just
You
yeah,
could
yeah,
if you
so
wanted
yeah.
to.
Score it.
Kevin, Bryce, Alex.
Oh,
$2.
Yep, wins the most expensive card in the deck.
I like
Still-
your deck.
Statement hasn't changed. It's probably the cheapest card at $2. So, the Mega Monarch, right? Okay.
I like
Maybe Majesty's Fiend. Did it get reprinted, or is it still just a
it's
secret?
super.
It is a super from the tin.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this deck is super cheap. So if you're on the budget and you want to just
Okay.
make people not play the game, definitely play this deck. And I got inspiration from our locals because this guy was playing this deck, not this deck exactly, Monarchs, and he summoned a Vanity's Fiend. I'm playing Prank Kids.
You
Have
lost.
0 outs to this card.
Yeah, usually.
And then he tributed it away, and I was like, sweet, I win. But the thing I could have only done is Effect Veiler, the Vanity's Fiend, and then Pandemonium on his turn.
He's like, oh
to
god, I'm
battle
holding
Butler
all
him.
these tribute monsters. What am I doing? I'm
That's
not
why
winning right
Impermanence
now.
is a better card.
Nah.
All right.
Yeah, maybe.
I have decided I'm going to grade this on 2 scales because
Ooh.
Kevin's deck fits like almost exactly what I like in a deck, but that's not what I like to play Lad in. So I'm going to go for budget and lameness.
Lameness.
Yes.
Is that,
So,
you want it to be more lame to win? Is that
I mean,
accurate?
I just glance
okay,
at your deck list. Your
I
deck
see.
list looks pretty lame to me.
I see.
Don't
So-
get discouraged.
no.
Good segue. Alex, what were you
Wait,
playing?
hold on.
Okay.
I haven't
Alex,
even
what's your
given
deck
my
list?
rating yet.
Okay,
No,
okay.
keep it
Wait.
hidden.
Yeah,
I want
keep
to.
it
I don't
hidden.
want to know. I don't want to know. I want it to be a big reveal at the end.
Okay, my deck list is I use
You got a pretty good score, Kevin.
Eclipse Wyvern
Nice.
to search Light and Darkness Dragon. It's when it goes to the graveyard, you send a dragon to the banish pile, and then when it gets banished, you add it to your hand. And so I built my deck around this combo, essentially.
Hot, I like
so
it.
to summon Light and Darkness Dragon, it's a tribute monster, so I tried to put in a bunch of cards in my deck that don't need me to normal summon them. So I picked 3 of every danger and
Hell yeah.
of every reasonable danger, and then 1 of Bigfoot and 1 of Thunderbird. And then I was like, how can I make dangers work with these dragon cards? So I included Dragon's Ravine, which is you can discard a card to send any dragon from your deck to the graveyard. So, and all the dangers get their effects if you discard them for that. So my goal was that, and I played the Orcust engine, which is if you put any 2 monsters on the field, you can make a nightmare, then sacrifice that nightmare for Mermaid, which lets you pretty much pull 5 monsters out of your deck as a combo.
Wow.
Yeah. So then at the end of that, you can just slam down your lad.
The Orcust are a bunch of like dark machines that special
Yeah.
summon each other. Essentially, that's what they do.
So
So
it's
preemptive scoring here, but
Are you saying that's lame?
that's pretty lame.
there's also Rusty in my deck, which is you send a Phantom Knight, you send any Phantom Knight monster to add Fogblade to your field, and then you banish the one that you send to add another one. So my end result board is like summon Sorceress with Lad underneath it and like a couple other dudes, Rusty being one of them, and double Fogblade, and we just let them do what they got to do against our Lad, and then try to Fogblade them so we don't die, and then it comes back to us and we combo again. This is my thought
Weird
process.
thing. So the dangers are really good at taking care of Light and Darkness Dragon.
Yeah, because you just reveal it and he loses 500, and then it stays in your hand.
Because
it doesn't destroy.
And they're not once per turn, so you just do it
Yeah.
again.
So you just reveal it 4 times, and you're just like, okay, now I can combo. So
But the plus is, since you're playing dangers in your own Light and Darkness Dragon, if they just pass you,
They
just be
might
like,
die.
Look, you reveal your own danger 4 times,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
you get rid of it and kill them.
Yeah.
You don't even have to. You could just link with. You could just link
Oh,
with
yeah.
the lad
Your
too.
Yeah.
list also
Holy
plays
cow.
3 Levianair. Jesus.
Yeah,
Dude, you could just link with
'Cause
your
I was-
lad.
'cause my original deck list was just like Dragon Synergy, so I just was playing a bunch of Chaos Dragons, and I was like, well, I could just play the best Chaos Dragon, which is the new Levianair. It's you banish.
Any
Three
3
light-
light and or dark monsters.
Yeah, so and then
there's
it gets
3 of
different
those.
effects based on what you do, like. So you can
If you
banish
set
3
all-
darks,
if you
it has
banish
an
all
effect.
darks.
If you banish some light, some dark, it has an effect, and then if you banish all light, it has an effect.
It's really cool.
Okay, question.
Mm-hmm.
How expensive are these damage monsters?
This is, I would suspect, the most expensive version of the deck list. So I would say I lose the budget category for sure.
Taking
Okay.
into the fact that you have an extra deck.
I have an extra deck.
The deck is 60 cards.
Yeah.
So there's just more actual cards.
So what about So what
If it
about if we
plays-
do like budget, lameness, and style?
Style.
I like.
Wow.
That's
I do
fine.
like
Alright.
style being
Throwing
added
in.
as one
I'm
of-
throwing in style.
You're also playing 3 Phantom Sky Blaster because why not, right?
Yeah,
But it's a normal summon.
but I weighed that out. That you'll notice it might be the very last card in my deck list.
Close.
Oh,
No, I think
I
you A
clicked
through
sort.
Z'd it.
I clicked sort. Yeah. When I was building it, that was literally the last 3 cards that went in my deck.
What's the Pendulum monster? Is that the Dark Worm?
That's Dark Worm. When
so
you
you can make Yangtze.
it's more for it's a dragon that you can just summon from your graveyard when you get it there. So like if you open it with Ravine or if you already have like a Clip Wyvern, you can just send something else and like be able to like extend off of it.
Style.
Yeah.
You're only
like it.
playing Collapse Serpent? Or are you not playing?
Oh, I
no,
play
no,
Collapse
no.
Serpent and
That's
Wyvern
at the
Burster.
end.
Yeah.
One's at the
They're
beginning,
not
one's
the
at the
next
end.
to each other.
This deck looks really
Yeah.
fun.
It looks like it's got a bunch of sweet combos. And then like you
It
just
sounds
hope-
like you can brick really hard.
It
Possibly.
does sometimes, but a big chunk of your cards are just like you gamble that they get put on the field and you draw a card. So it's like
Oh, the
it'll-
danger cards?
yeah, it'll
Yeah.
balance.
Yeah, sometimes you
It'll
just go
balance
off.
out. It'll be fine.
60 cards. We're fine.
There's tons of starters. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're fine.
yeah,
it'll
you got a
be
lot of
fine.
extenders too. So,
Yeah.
oh
think
yeah,
it'll
be fine.
it's quite interesting. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's a fire deck list.
Speaking of 60 cards,
Okay, hold on now.
Oh, okay.
I need to say one thing. Bryce,
Okay.
currently I am wearing socks.
Okay.
No, make it to where I am not wearing socks.
I'm gonna blow your socks off, man.
okay, hold on.
All
I
right.
gotta pull up Bryce's list here.
All right, I am also playing 60 cards.
I feel like you automatic okay, like both of you automatically get like 4 or 5 points for style because you're playing 60 cards. But
That's
There's
some
just so-
BS. I was trying to draw my light and darkness dragon.
60
No,
cards,
no,
Kevin.
wait, they could draw
I play
this
a bunch
card.
of ways to get to lead because I've
No,
got
I know.
Ravine and
No, I'm
Shrine.
saying your minimum style
Oh,
score
yeah,
is
yeah.
5 because
Oh,
you're playing 60
dope.
cards.
Dope.
You're good. You're good.
I was like, how
I'm ladded out of my
if
gourd. Are
if
you
I play
kidding me?
60 cards, how am I supposed to like draw my light and darkness dragon?
You search it. Duh.
Yeah, that's lame.
All right. Yeah.
All right.
I'm ready, Bryce. My socks are all
look.
nice and
All
snug.
right.
Bryce is playing Eclipse Wyvern.
Yep, I'm playing Eclipse Wyvern to search my fucking Light and Darkness
Shocker.
Dragon.
Wow.
Wow,
All
how
right.
original.
So I also
King
started
Kevin.
with a similar ideology as Alex.
It's
in
the
that
only way you can search Light and Darkness Dragon.
I wanted to play Eclipse Wyvern to search it, but also I wanted to have ways to special summon monsters so that I could use my one normal summon for Light and Darkness Dragon. So I was thinking of cards that I could use to get monsters on the field, and I thought of the incantation cards. Do you know what they do?
Yes and no. I saw that you had some Necroz mumbo jumbo in your deck, and
Yeah.
I was like, he's playing incantations. I just know.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm playing almost maxed of all the incantations besides the spell. So they reveal.
Give me a gist.
So half of them reveal spells, and the other half reveal ritual monsters in your hand to special summon them, and then they special summon another incantation from your deck.
Okay.
And
And then
then
the one from your deck gets their effect.
yeah, and then the
Okay.
one
And it was
from-
like searches.
yeah, one searches spells from your deck, monsters from your deck, monsters from your grave, spells from your grave.
Okay. Neat. All right.
And then there's the ritual monster, which is you discard any card in your hand and you special an incantation from your deck, so you can get any of those effects. And then the ritual spell is a generic spell for any ritual monster. You just have to use incantations for the summon. You have to tribute incantations,
Hmm.
and they can exceed the level as well.
Okay, so Bryce, why are you playing these ritual monsters?
All right, so I was first. At first, it was for the tribute summon, and then also there's a sweet combo I found with Eclipse Wyvern and this very specific ritual monster, which is the Paladin of Photon Dragon.
That's so badass.
So
Okay.
it's kind of like the old ones, you tribute it to summon like Blue Eyes from your deck, but it's like the new school one. So you tribute it to summon Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon from your hand or deck.
That's hot.
So I play 2 Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon. But
That's hot.
But the cool thing about it
You're not
is-
even done, and
I'm
I
not-
already have your style score.
is the ritual spell that you play. You can also ritual summon using it while it's in your graveyard by banishing a level 4 monster from your graveyard.
Pod champ.
So it's just so you can use the entire incantation engine to search for that combo, and then have a bunch of shit that sends Eclipse Wyvern to the grave, and then you use the ritual spell in your graveyard and banish the Eclipse Wyvern from your graveyard to summon it from your hand. Search Lad, and then you have 2 incantations in the Photon Dragon. And you can summon Lad.
Dang.
So that was
The
the combo
pressure.
I found out.
What are the
Okay.
first 2 cards on the deck list?
Sweet style.
All right, so another thing for Lad, I was like, what is like some sweet monsters you can summon from the graveyard? And then since I'm playing like a bunch of dragon stuff like Ravine, Dragon Shrine, stuff like that, I'm playing Goliath.
Yes.
So you can, if they blow up your Lad, you just summon Goliath, a Morphage Goliath. And for those of you that don't know what it does, neither player can summon from the extra deck while it's on the field. So if you just summon that back from your graveyard, they already got through your Lad somehow, and then you just have Goliath. So then they're just like screwed, and you don't need your extra deck that much.
I like it.
And then since the incantations or the spell is generic, I just play like a bunch of random generic ritual cards. So the first one I think is cool I play is the Chaos Max Dragon. I play that dude because you can search it with Eclipse Wyvern.
Gosh, wow.
And then
That's
you can
powerful.
and then you can
Ritual
summon
toolbox.
his ritual toolbox deck with Lad, so you can search for the Chaos Max. So if they just have some shitter, you kill them. Yeah.
Oh, and you play the hand trap ritual monster.
Yeah, I play the hand trap ritual monster because you can search it with prep or the incantations, and then it has a sweet on-field effect too, which is you bounce it to negate any special summon, so you can ritual summon actually. And if you summon it, you can it just has to be ritual summon first, so you can summon it back with Lad if it blows up with it. And then
That's cool.
yeah, that's pretty much it. And I play Pot of Extravagance because I play a bunch of shitty extra deck cards, but I just threw the Guard Dragons in there because I thought maybe you could do some stuff, but I hadn't really thought too much about it. But yeah,
I'm ashamed of both of you.
So
why?
Neither of you have his Red Eyes Metal Dragon in your deck.
I was thinking
The
about
Darkness
it.
Metal
I
one?
don't
Yeah.
know.
Okay,
I
so
feel like
when
Bryce's deck should have had it.
Probably.
Definitely should have. That's a,
I had it
But
in
he's
my
at
list
60
because I
cards
started
already,
with
so I
like
mean-
a light Pulsar Dragon kind of deck.
Ooh, I do like Light Pulsar
Yeah, I
Dragon.
was trying to go hard in dragons, but then it was starting to feel really bad. While
I did
looking
too.
at it.
I built a Thunder Dragon Lad deck where you just have Colossus and Lad, and you're just like,
Ooh,
oh, that's good.
And your Colossus doesn't die either when it blows up the field.
Because it's continuous.
Yep.
That's nuts.
Yeah, it was pretty good, but then I didn't submit that one because I thought it was like unfun.
Just understand.
Yeah.
that we're coming here with our try hard
Look,
pants on. Okay, we're gonna figure it
I-
out.
well,
The folks
broke
at
deck
home,
would have just
this
been
is a
Thunder Dragon
challenge.
deck with 3 Lads put into it rather than like building around
Oh,
the
yeah.
idea of
Oh,
like
yeah.
Thunder Dragon. That's what
Oh,
I
yeah.
did. Like the idea of like negating your opponent's cards and allowing them not to play.
Look,
like
Kevin,
that.
don't be discouraged. Your idea is solid.
I'm the
I
only
like it
40 card
too.
deck too. Out of 3. Okay, we have a guest spot too.
Oh,
Guess
yeah.
submission.
Okay, well, hold on. How expensive is your deck?
Expensive.
For now, it's expensive, but they're gonna
He's got 3
Um,
Pot of
Minecraft
Extravagance
cards.
for like $60 to $70.
You don't
a
need that
piece.
card.
So you have the same.
But it's the one you
I just-
submitted.
I
and then he's
it
got a
is.
full extra deck.
I do.
Ah.
There's a
His
fucking.
extra deck might be cheaper than my.
He's got some of the
deck.
Necros
I
cards.
don't know.
Those
I
are
don't know.
expensive now.
I'm
I
not
just-
gonna.
I just threw those
I'm
in
not
I
there.
think
gonna-
I definitely lose the budget. section of us three.
You got the danger.
Okay,
There is
Drum roll.
expensive cards, but it's online, so I threw all the cool shit in there. But you could just cut the Necros, the Extravagance, and it would be like pretty budget because
Okay.
the incantations are cheap.
I'll be honest
But yeah.
again. I built one that had 3 of the Chaos Emperor Dragon YCS prize cards because it's
Dude,
so
I thought about
bad.
putting that in this deck.
You would have won the budget section in the opposite way.
What's good? $3,000 right there. But
Okay.
it searches light or dark dragons.
If you wait,
It's either of
if you
those.
banish it off the Cliffs Wyvern, you play the Chaos Emperor Dragon. You can just add it. You don't even have to banish your.
See, I
Yeah.
was going
Cliffs
through. I
Wyvern.
looked at the prize card and I was like, "This would be cheating in the challenge," and I moved on.
That's what I did. I was like, dang, I probably shouldn't submit this because it'd be way too good.
If literally any of you would have put it in there and no one else did, that's an automatic 10 on the lameness scale.
It was in my side deck for a little bit.
for one
A little-
whole
and I was
second.
like, I'll make it a real.
I think instead of you
side
guys
deck.
making actual side decks for future challenges, it should be like other techs
Oh, okay.
or like
Oh,
ideas that you
I played
thought
like
of.
kaijus and shit.
That's what
in
I
my
had in
side
there.
deck.
I had like Thanos Dragon because you can search it with the Eclipse Wyvern
Bryce,
too.
you exactly had Danko, Lava Golem, Raw Sphere
Yep.
Mode, Twin Twister, Red Reboot.
Yep, it's not even a real side deck. It's just like
5 good.
brainless.
Yet
brainless
that's a pretty
side deck. Yeah.
standard side.
I would
deck,
use the
say.
side deck for this deck.
And then we had a submission from our friend Tyler Oling, who lives in North Carolina now. He built Frog Lad. So he's
It was
playing
also my first idea.
9 hand traps of Ash Blossom, Effect Veiler, Battle Faders, Lad, 2
And crows.
obelisks. No.
Oh shit! I thought he was playing.
He's
crows.
playing all the frogs, Lad, and Obelisk, and then he's playing Econs, Soul Exchanges, Storm Force, Twin Twisters, some Extravagances,
He was in there.
Foolish, 1 for 1,
He's-
Scapegoat.
Yeah, his deck's sweet.
I think he's from a time machine.
This is an updated
Like
Frog Monarch deck.
you know, like I mean, like this deck is neat. I'm not gonna lie. Like it's like the first thing I thought of, except instead of the frog
Thing is the-
engines, it was gonna be a bunch of draw cards and search cards because I was just gonna go Mausoleum, pay 2,000 for Lad Pass.
Yeah.
That was my idea. I didn't think very hard.
I think
I thought the challenge was just to get Lad on the field, not to be degenerate.
Whoa! I got Lad on the field. It wasn't degenerate.
Mine might be a little.
Yeah.
You're both under the degenerate scale.
just 60
Kevin,
cards.
like at least Kevin's is like a solid normal combo, but like this dude's talking about like do a bunch of this to do that to sneak into this.
I don't
and
know.
Alex is like
It
I'm gonna
was
do a bunch
sick.
of this and then this. Like,
I don't know
We're
if
trying
either
Lad
of you.
double fog blade.
I'm just trying to do the most creative,
other
sweet
stuff.
shit.
Yeah.
I I don't know if either of you played with your decks.
No.
I
definitely
didn't. I
played
didn't.
with
But I
mine.
knew exactly how
didn't.
my game would go.
I played a lot of games with mine, and there were so many where I'd be like summon Edios, and then they'd be like Veiler, and I'm like, all right, pass.
That's how it works. Yeah.
Oh no.
So then at that point, I was like, I need to play. But yeah, I had a cool one. It was Thunder Dragons because you play Aloof Lupins and stuff, cool stuff like that. Aloof Lupin is a new normal monster. It's a beast. It's a dark 1700. It's you banish a card from your hand when it's
an
normal
effect
summoned.
monster.
It's an effect monster.
okay.
He just meant that it's not an extra deck monster. I think.
Yeah, it's just like
Okay.
a regular monster. Sorry.
Oh,
You banish a card from your hand, and then you banish another monster of that same type from your deck. And all the Thunder Dragons are like, oh, we have effects when we get
Oh.
banished.
neat.
Yeah, it's real neat. But then you just bring out Colossus and Lad.
All right, quick 1 sec. I just wanted to bring up Tyler Oling's combo for his deck, which was you make Link Karibo, and then when it's in your graveyard during your standby phase, you summon back your Treeborn Frog. Quick effect, tribute it for Link Karibo, and then summon your Treeborn Frog back again. It's pretty genius.
That's cute.
And then you tribute your Treeborn Frog for enemy controller, Stealer Dude, summon back your frog, and make Obelisk.
Which is like the Stealing to Dude thing.
I
is
give
like
him
a
a
powerful
6.
part of Sky
Yeah. I
Strikers.
gave him a
So
6
that's
for
like
lameness.
It could be relevant
That's
a
fair.
6 for
A
lameness.
6 for lameness.
Is that good or
for
bad?
Tyler.
That's average.
It's
I feel like the Frog engine was definitely the first thought in everybody's
Yeah.
heads. And then the second
you're
thought
That's
old
where I
as player,
remember.
yeah.
Yeah,
then the
that's
second
what I
thought was
remembered Lad
Eclipse
being played in.
Wyvern.
that's yeah.
Yeah.
I decided
So-
not to go either of those ways.
Are you guys ready for
Yes.
rating?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to say
In third place.
I mentioned this earlier. I'm disappointed that nobody put cost down in their danger decks because it's broken. Lad's only a 1 tribute at that point. Anyways, I'm just gonna go by the categories, and then this is whose line is it anyways? The points don't matter.
Sick.
But they do.
All right, so Kevin for budget. Kevin for budget, you got an 8 because it's a bunch of starter decks.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
mean, I'd
Solid.
give you a 10, but like it doesn't matter. Like you win budget. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
There's no
yeah,
ifs, ands,
there's
or
40
buts.
cards and
Like,
no extra deck.
Yeah, there's
your-
40 cards.
Your main deck.
Already shaved off 20
Your main
cards
deck is
there.
literally as expensive as their extra decks, probably.
Not even. I think depending on what's in their extra deck.
I just
for
have Boral Sword. And
for
I
lame,
didn't put Boral Sword in my deck just in case there's a budget category, but I still lose the budget category.
Yeah, if there's Boral Sword, this deck is worth less than a Boral Sword, which is one of their extra deck monsters.
All right.
And I play 0 of the extra deck monsters.
For lameness, I bumped it up just a little bit because we taled about how you needed to put Karaz in your main deck.
There needs to be
and then
fine-tuned, for sure.
You should play an Erebus. That's just my opinion. But for lameness, I gave you an 8 because I mean, obviously you're playing Majesty's Fiend, you're playing Light and Darkness Dragon. You have cool Aether combos on their turn, and then you have the Light and Darkness Dragon with the Field Spell and the Monarch Erupt combo. That's pretty lame. I mean, you get blown out by a Twin Twister chaining to your lad, but other than that, I give you an 8 on the lameness scale all around. Like your deck's consistent, and it's consistently annoying. So, good for you.
That's what I was going for.
And for style, I'm sorry, Kevin, I gave you a 5 because your deck is 3 structure decks thrown in with a lad and like a couple other cards. I mean, there's not much style. You're just lad, can't play Yu-Gi-Oh, can't play Yu-Gi-Oh pass.
2 out of 3 ain't bad. But 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
There's no
I'll
style.
take that.
There's
That
no
was good.
style in your deck, unfortunately.
That was fine. I went
Um,
with the new player feel to it. Like,
yeah, no,
Your deck makes sense.
this is like
Yeah.
when you
a
look at
tournament
it.
viable deck.
yeah, for like under $50.
Yeah, that's tournament
It's
viable.
awesome.
It's definitely budget.
Bryce.
Mm.
I was going to give you a lower budget score than Alex, but Alex decided to convince me otherwise without even trying. I want to change both your scores of budgetness. Whatever. We'll just do it. You both get a 2 for budget. Because
What?
these decks sound expensive.
All the
right.
incantation cards are quarters.
I know, but you're talking... All right,
You
well,
got- you
look,
got
I gave you a
Valkyries in
4
there.
originally. So, I mean,
All right.
anyways, you're
It
not
doesn't
beating Kevin
matter.
in budget. That's all. I
I got that one locked
Yeah, I
down.
give you a 4 or a 2. Your deck does sound really expensive. The lameness scale, I wanted to give you a 7, but I had to go with 6 because the only lame part that I heard about in your deck was when your lad dies, you summon a Goliath.
Is that lame?
I mean, it says that your opponent can't play Yu-Gi-Oh, right?
Isn't that the point?
Right. No, exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
that's
so
why
once
it's
they
on,
get
that's why you need
right,
a higher
right.
scale of it.
right,
Oh.
because like Kevin
My
is
deck's
like
not lame enough?
Kevin's like walking floodgate. That's lame.
But yours is like lad alone in
And then
the
like,
floodgate.
and then yours
But
is
yeah, you
like,
got
but I mean like, it's not like a, it's like
Oh.
a soft 6, or sorry, it's like a hard, it's a hard 6, soft 7.
All right.
Okay,
Fine.
like it's not a bad score.
You can also make Dark Matter Dragon for Goliath.
and I mean like,
combo.
you do have the Chaos Max in there, so you could go like Chaos Max and like a lad maybe in your combo. You shot a lot of information out at me.
There's a lot of shit going
And
on
like
there.
there's
Yeah.
a lot of stuff going on there. Like I wish you
Yeah.
would have gone before Kevin. I wish both of you would have went before Kevin because I knew exactly what Kevin's deck did, and we spent like 10 minutes on it. So, yeah, I'll give you a 7. I'm bouncing between 6 and 7. 7's like written big, and then there's like a 6 in the corner. And then for style, obviously you get 10 because you talked about a combo that goes into a combo that has a secret combo when you combo,
Yeah.
and then you summon your Light and Darkness Dragon.
Yeah,
So
it
like
was sick,
obviously you
right?
get a 10 in style. Okay. And
That's fair.
I to the folks at home, I don't think this is a surprise, but Alex has to be the winner. He has to be the winner. No offense to you guys, but like for budget, he fails, right? Welcome to Yu-Gi-Oh.
talk about doing it right.
For lameness, Alex gets a 10 because he's talking about these Orcus monsters and how they bring out 5 dudes, and he's talking about how he's got a dude connected with a dude, connected with another dude with a Light and Darkness Dragon and 2 Fog Blades. That sounds really lame. That sounds really lame. That is just higher lameness than Kevin's deck. I really wanted to give Kevin a 10, but I knew I couldn't give Kevin
And
a 10.
also,
on the
you have
lameness
to
scale
add
right
in
away.
the fact that there's probably like 10 minutes of a combo happening. Like
You
the
just-
other person has to like sit there rolling dice while you're doing your combo from
Yeah.
the dangers.
And even if they don't get past your lad, you're like, sweet. Danger, danger, danger. All right, now I can actually play the game.
But you don't
again.
even need
reveal
to do
the
it. You can
danger
just link
again.
with your lad. You can just link with
you
your
can
lad.
just get rid
That
of it.
too, or you can
It
just
doesn't
reveal the
die.
danger. You can show them what it's about. You can reveal like 4 of them in your hand to get it down. So you can just be like, reveal this
Bigfoot,
snake.
Nessie,
Reveal
snake.
this-
it would be
Nessie.
optimal to do that for the timer. Is literally just to activate it and be like,
Reveal
it gets
this snake
negated.
again.
I'll do it.
Chain
Reveal
link
this
1, chain link
jackalope.
2.
And then
And then they
Response.
just sit there and label like, there's like at least 4 danger monsters in their hand. Jesus Christ! Like,
And then for style, obviously Alex gets 10. I mean, Bryce got a 10, and I mean Alex is that with like some Orcus combos instead of incantation combos. Yeah, I don't know. I like snap wrote 10 for Alex's deck. He's playing like 50 monsters. Like this deck's got
I
style
thought
written
about
all
making it
over
a Seconds Light deck, but then I was like, then I have to take out my Dragon's Ravine.
well, yeah.
Yeah, so I'd have to give Alex first place. Bryce is a close second because I don't think his deck is lame enough.
No.
And unfortunately,
Little
Kevin,
bit limited
your deck
gamer.
isn't stylish enough
Hmm.
to garnish first place.
I don't think I could make it stylish. I guess if
It's
I
fine.
added some
We'll do it.
cards,
We'll
make
have
it
another
better next
challenge.
time.
I think it's hard to make that deck stylish.
That's what I'm
you're
saying.
Playing, you're like you win okay. Strategy wise, you win the lameness scale. Okay,
No, for
but
sure.
like lame/combo scale, like Alex gets that because he's talking about a dude that summons 5 dudes and like
Yeah, the Orcus combo is
he's-
pretty good.
He's got some nut stuff
nasty.
going on there. But like your deck says that your opponent can't play Yu-Gi-Oh. Like that's know,
Yeah, you just chill.
good for you. You win the light cup.
Nice.
If I were to play any of these,
embraced Light and Darkness Dragon. Like,
Bryce's is the only deck that doesn't lose to Chained Twin Twister, though.
Yeah.
Like,
good for you, Bryce. If you guys played against each other, I'd like to see like the text and the side deck choices against each other.
I feel like Kevin would probably win.
Yeah, side those
Not
3
because-
intercepts.
Wait, no, I don't know.
Not
Alex
because-
has the danger cards.
not because of Light and
yeah.
Darkness Dragon, but if I just drop Majesty's Fiend.
yeah. or Vanity's Speed, too.
Yeah.
That
They
would
What's
be
up?
good.
Yeah, just Majesty's Fiend with the field spell, set the rep
I
to
would need, like,
pass.
to beat
You're just
that.
like-
To beat Majesty's Fiend, I wouldn't be able to beat, I don't think. Oh, no, it would take a turn because I'd have to Fog Blade.
Oh, yeah.
So you might be able to set up the lad on me with it.
Oh.
Sure, it'll work out.
Or just like Kai issue or something,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
just
it
you
would
like
be a bummer.
it'd just still be rough.
But for the Vanity Speed, I could Ravine plus Bigfoot. But I'd still have to get those cards in my 60 card.
Anyways,
My deck
I think
would
this
have
is a
outs
good
of that shit,
challenge.
too.
Yeah,
And
it was,
then-
it was a really good challenge.
So
I would
since
like
Bryce
to
got
be
to
part
pick-
of this.
Since Bryce got to pick this week's challenge, I'm actually going to announce it right now.
Ooh.
I'm picking this week's
What?
challenge.
But I won. No, it's fine.
Ooh.
I'll pick the next
Ooh.
one.
I just had one in mind
Okay.
already.
I had one too.
Okay,
But it's fine.
it is Necroface.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
That's dope.
It's one of my favorite cards. So we have to build a deck around Necroface. So it has to play all 2 copies you could play. Sadly, it's at 2.
Well,
and one
interesting.
gold
and
star.
yeah, you're one gold star.
But yeah, I mean, I was going to say Giant Soldier of Stone, but
So,
Attack the moon.
all right, nice.
yeah.
Nice.
Necroface for next week. So submit your Light and Darkness Dragon decks to us, and then be prepared to hear our Necroface decks. We're just dealing with a lot of dark monsters.
Yeah, I guess.
Light
Mine was
monsters.
dark too. I was gonna say Yajiro Invader.
Thanks
All
for
right.
letting us throw a bunch of information at you.
Yeah, and if you, we'll post our deck list down below. We'll have like the Imgur links to them, so you guys can look at the full lists. as
Actually,
you
our
want.
editor Tam is just gonna put it right next
Superimposed.
on the video. It's just gonna be on the video the whole time.
If not, they'll be in the description below, so you can check
Alright.
out the Imgurs anyways. So you don't have to like skip to the video. But thanks for the segment. I think we're gonna move on to the next one.